Puddin', 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 puddin',
Harley!
puddin'.
Salutations everyone, I'm Irpikoshi, and welcome to Harley Quinn reviews. Now, as you must know, I am a huge fan of Batman. I loved Batman. I grew up with Batman when I was a kid, and I was so obsessed with Batman. I love DC not DC Comics because that's redundant, Detective Comics. I loved DC for the longest time as a kid. I loved it more than Marvel. Marvel wasn't usually my thing back then. I wasn't that much into the Marvel characters. I wasn't into Iron Man. I wasn't into Captain America, Thor, etc., etc. I was only a Spider-Man guy, even though I was afraid of spiders, but I loved Spider-Man. I loved X-Men, mainly Wolverine, and Fantastic Four. I only liked a few selected Marvel characters at the time, and none of the other ones interested me until, the Marvel Cinematic Universe became a thing. But DC has been my favorite one because I think it's more, grounded in reality more. It's more interesting, has more compelling stories. It does get into the nitty-gritty of character development with the characters of DC. Because DC does a great job making these complex characters in the best way possible. And I think even though they started out as campy superheroes, they started to develop and mature more than Marvel has. And Marvel has matured throughout the years, but trying to make their villains more complex like DC does, but DC does a better job in it. By that I mean they do it in a more darker way that I like, that's more fucked up in a way. But we are here to talk about my favorite character. One of my favorite characters is Harley Quinn. Now, my favorite supervillain ever is Joker. I love Joker. Joker is my favorite villain. Whatever he's an asshole, wherever he's psychotic, crazy, whatever, complex, or mysterious. Yeah, he's a very mysterious character. You don't know much about him. You don't know his past or anything. Even in that Joker movie, that could not be his past. The Joker movie cannot be his past. Because again, Joker's life, if he's going to have one past, he likes it to be multiple choice. So get ready for those other Joker origin movies are coming out soon, which sounds awesome to have multiple origin Joker movies, because that's the best idea ever. But Harley, she's my favorite also because, when I watched the animated series, she was a fucking doll. She was so adorable, cute. She had that innocence of her that seemed she's fucked up, she's evil, she'll kill anyone, but she does it for her pudding.
And here you thought I was just another bubble-headed blonde bimbo. Well, the joke's on you. I'm not even a real blonde.
I loved Harley for a long time. She has that great amount of crazy about her, but she also is very, like Joker, she's very interesting as well with her backstory, like how she became psychiatrist turned psychopath. And even on the other stories, ones I enjoy is how she breaks off of Joker, because again, she is in an abusive relationship with Joker, which I didn't realize for the longest time, because sometimes I think I had that same delusion as Harley. He's sweet. I kind of had that same delusion as Harley until the movies went on and the show went on. I'm like, okay, he's a psychopath.
Don't call me puddin'.
As soon as I got older, I started to realize it. Um, but yeah, like Harley is like my favorite one of my favorite characters in Batman, and I don't know, it's like I like about her is that when she became not attached to Joker or such, and she starts to come out as her own, like super villain, like her own, like doing her own shit, and also when she's teamed up with either Poison Ivy or with the Gotham City Sirens, her, Ivy, and Catwoman.
What? I'm bored.
I always found her more interesting when she's not with the Joker. Because usually she'll say a funny line when she's with Joker or something silly or interesting. I like her. Or when she's like so fed up with Joker, like she says she hates fish in one point and she hated wearing this fish costume. And she gets so pissed off at Joker one. I don't know what she remembers she said, but she had that look of, I'm gonna kill him.
This caper's been kind of rough on you, hasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Cheer up! You can be my very own little mermaid.
Ooh. You're really sick, you know that, boss?
Yet I love him at the same time. Look, but I loved her for the longest time. She has that. She's just interesting in her own way. Where I love that she becomes more than just Joker's a psychic or slash supposed girlfriend. I love that she becomes more than that as the comics went on to really what's the word fleshed out her character more, and which I loved about that, which I love about why they did all these comic book series about Harley and about who she is and what she was like before she became Harley Quinn, and also the struggle or pain and inner battles and inner demons in her head, like her battling her sane side, which is the psychiatrist side of her, trying to tell her to stop being this crazy, stop being this insane, stop following this man, stop following Joker, and she tries to shut it up, which I found interesting. Like she's torturing herself inside her head, thinking that she's in a nice, happy relationship, even though she's being so fucking delusional, thinking that she remembers it one way, while everyone said no, no, we remember it another way. And this is what I love about this first episode of Harley Quinn. Now, I had doubts about this show because there was one actress, Kaylee Coco or something, how do you pronounce her last name? She was in she was in Big Bang Theory. She was Penny, and the only way I know that is because fucking memes and because that show has haunted me for the past how many years, and I hate that show. But sometimes it can get a laugh at me, but sometimes I'm like, just turn it off. But she was Penny in that show. Now she's Harley in this show, and what do I think about her as Harley? Okay, as much as she doesn't get the voice down, I say she gets the character down pat, in my opinion. And I think the development of Harley in this show about her getting over Joker, which is what the episode is about, her trying to get over Joker, Poison Ivy making her realize that Joker does not love her, and I hate that Ivy and I hate I'm relating to Poison Ivy so much because Poison Ivy's doing shit that I do on a basis. Like, there's one scene I love where Ivy's like standing there after Harley destroyed Joker's base, and then Ivy's like, hey, I wanted to see how you were doing and see if you needed help, but I think you got it covered.
Hey, I was just gonna see if you need any help, but you seem good. Love the new look. Gonna go pick up some Thai food. Text me what you want.
Oh, wait, I'll have a green potato curry.
Yeah, but I said, just text it to me.
But you're right here.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna remember it, and then you won't like what I get you, and then you're gonna want some of mine. Just fucking text.
Hey, I'm gonna pick up some Thai food. Do you just text me what you want? And then Harley just says, "Oh, I would like some potato curry." And he's like, "No, I said text me." And she's like, but you're standing right here. No, look, I know I'm right here, but I'm gonna go there, and it's gonna be a long drive, and I'm gonna forget, and I'm probably gonna get something that you don't like, and you're gonna probably want some of my food. And so just text me. And Harley's like, "Oh, fucking annoying." Yeah, just so text me. And I hate it because I relate to Ivy because I'm very fucking forgettable, so that's why people are like, "No, I'm saying it to you right now." I'm like, "Yes, but can you just write it down for me?" Oh my god, I hate that I related to her, but somehow I like that I related to her in a way on that scene. But this is where I like, everyone says this, but like, Poison Ivy loves Harley. She's totally gay for her, and yeah, it's true. Ivy does show that she's totally gay for Harley in this. But what I loved about this is that they go into more detail why Ivy loves Harley. Is that because when Harley was a psychiatrist, when she was Harleen Quinzel, she actually was the psychiatrist of Poison Ivy. And Poison Ivy's like, "I couldn't talk to people. I was so antisocial and shy or something." And then, like, "You helped me." And Poison Ivy said that Harley helped her. And when Harley was a psychiatrist, like she helped Ivy, basically helped Ivy talk to people without vomiting, she said.
You helped me. I can be around people now. You know, I mean, I hate it, but I can do it without vomiting.
Like, oh, so she made you more talkative, more social with people. I guess that worked out well in your life as a villain. So that was pretty interesting, seeing more background why Ivy wants to help Harley because she helped her. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I like to see more background about this." And granted, there has been background, like how Harley hated Joker. It's like, "We don't need no men to tie us down," or some shit like that. And Harley and Ivy working together, having fun and such. That was also in the Batman animated series, which I love too. But I love this one too, how it goes into detail about why Ivy wants to help Harley, why she wants to be supportive of her. Because, you know, Harley helped her a long time ago, which I found pretty cool and interesting. And and I love how the show does delve deep into Harley's psyche, basically, of how she's very delusional, thinking the Joker loves her, but he doesn't. And also, this show gave me thoughts of Harley and Joker having sex. I'm not even kidding, they fuck in this episode. You don't see it, but you hear it. And it's not an image I wanted to see. Well, granted, I already seen it in the past before. Don't ask how I've seen Joker and Harley. But let's just say I went to a part on the internet that I wish I didn't see, but somehow I still watched it. Something's wrong with me. Thing is, I'm not watching it again. I will only watch studio filmmaker versions of that. And animated. Not live action ever again, because live action was weird. But besides what I do in my off time. That was a bad joke. But I do love how they play with Harley's psyche, how, like, again, as I said, that she battles the psychiatrist side of her in her head a lot. I love how we go into her mind and the psychiatrist side of her is telling her about like what she needs to work on and why did you become insane, why did you do this, and that you remember it that Joker proposed to you but he didn't. He basically is more in love with Batman more than he's in love with you, basically. And it took Harley a long time to realize that, because with the help of Ivy did help her figure that out by asking a favor from Riddler to capture her and Batman to see who Joker is gonna choose. And I knew from the start that Joker was gonna choose Batman. And yeah, Joker's just more in love with Batman than he is with Harley, because without Batman, Joker is nothing. Joker said it himself. Without Batman, there's no punchline. And yeah, which is pretty funny. I like that. Joker has an obsession with Batman. But I think I have a complaint with the show, like most people have the complaint with the show, is they felt that the humor and the vulgarity of the show is too childish, like the swearing and the excessive use of violence. And to be fair, I don't hate the excessive use of violence in this show. I love it. I feel like, yes, it's fitting to make a supervillain show more violent than a superhero show. And with that, though the vulgar humor, like the swearing and such, is kind of childish and cliche and tiresome, but sometimes it can be hit, because sometimes it can hit and it will miss. I'm not saying the humor is not funny. It is funny, but I feel like it might not age well. Because I feel like if I want a Harley Quinn show, I kind of want it to like age like a fine wine and hope that I can look back at it and laugh at it again. Which sometimes that happens in the case of stuff I watch. Like Sanity Not Included. Sanity Not Included has childish humor. Like it has like the most vulgar and like messed up humor. But sometimes you remember it being funny, sometimes it doesn't become funny as you remember it. But Sandy Not Included still has that hilarity that I love about it at times, because sometimes it can be funny still, sometimes it doesn't. I wouldn't know anymore because Sandy Not Included got deleted because Machinima fucking took down its fucking channel, so I won't be able to watch Sandy Not Included and experience it the way I used to experience it back then when I was like a fucking teen in middle school. But Harley Quinn does have some funny stuff, and its jokes can hit sometimes, and I'm glad that sometimes the jokes do hit. And there's a joke that was stupid where this like but it was funny. And it's when Poison Ivy's like, hey, Calendar Man, how long has Harley been here? And he would tell you the days of how long Harley's been here because he's the Calendar Man and he remembers dates a lot. And he's talking to his wife and kid. And he's like, oh, so you can remember how many days the porn clown has been here, but you can't remember your kid's birthday? Of course I'd remember my kid's birthday. It's June-ish. And such. And that joke was like, blah. I was like, because he's the Calendar Man. I get it. That's not funny. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
You know how long you've been saying that, Calendar Man?
Oh, hi! Exactly 1 year today, Ivy.
1 year. Happy Arkham anniversary, Harles.
It got a chuckle out of me, but I was like, I'm not going to remember that joke funny. I'm going to remember it as cringe. But the joke after it made me lose my shit because it was dark and fucked up. Where, like, don't worry, Dad, I still love you. I bought this plant for you to take care, to remember me by. And then the guards are like, plant! And then just smack it out of the kid's hand, burn the shit out of it. And he's like, are you stupid, kid? No, there shouldn't be a plant near Poison Ivy, you fucking moron. And the kid's crying after the cops called the kid a fucking moron. I don't know why. I just found it fucking hilarious. Jesus Christ. The characters are very off character. Like, Harley's totally in character. Joker in character. Poison Ivy definitely in character. The rest seems so out of character. Like, Batman seems a bit more punchline, one-linery, which sounds more Adam West Batman than dark and brooding Batman. I mean, Batman can have one-liners. He can. The animated series proves that. But the way he says it, it's more borderline Adam West Batman-y than, you know, how Batman subtly hits a joke in that comes out of nowhere. This Batman has a joke that does come out of nowhere, but it seems so off-putting, like, that doesn't sound like Batman. Even that, Commissioner Gordon, to me it's funny. Commissioner Gordon is now sounding like an actual cop, like an actual commissioner. Like, he's having trouble at home. He gets drunk a lot with his coffee, with liquor that he gets at Top Shelf. And he's like so tired and exhausted, and he doesn't know what to fucking do with his life. He even invites Batman to a fucking barbecue. He is like depressed, man. Like, his life is going down the shit. And I found it funny that Gordon becomes this, like, insomniac commissioner that hasn't gotten much sleep. But I found it so out of character because Commissioner Gordon's really fucking just... He's not that, what is it, the word? He's not that fucking tired or that over the top. Like, he's usually, like a calm demeanor of him, as well as Batman. But Batman just seems so out of character. And I started taking it with a grain of salt. What I'm thinking of right now is, like, I interpret it in my way. Like how with Joker. Like, you see with Joker, it's always on his perspective. The movie, I'm talking about the movie. Like, he sees it this way. Like, you can't trust him. You don't know if this is real or not real. Did he actually kill someone on live TV? Is this really how he became Joker? Did he really have a mother? Was he really adopted? And he may or may not have been related to Thomas Wayne. Was he actually in a relationship with Zazie Beetz? No, he wasn't, obviously. Like, you don't know if it's true or not, because Joker likes to toy with your mind. Like, was I really this guy? Was I really this, like, gangster or mobster in Mask of the Phantasm? Did I really have a pregnant wife and I was a failed stand-up comedian? Was I really this gangster also that dropped into a vat of chemicals and turned into a psychopath? His origin story is, like, different every time, which makes sense because he's the Joker. You can't rely on him. You don't know what his real past is. So Joker sees it his way. And when I look at this show, I see it as how Harley interprets what people are like. Like, maybe Harley sees in her mind that Commissioner Gordon is this drunk commissioner that can't get any sleep and he's having problems. She sees Batman as an asshole and quippy and he doesn't save her. And she fantasizes that Joker is this hopeless psychotic romantic, which he's not. He's a psychopath. And judging by the sex they had, I'm pretty sure Joker fucking wanted her back because, hey, she must be doing something in the bed that makes Joker want to come back for her. That, or she's the only girl in existence that is crazy enough to have sex with him. That may not be a joke because Joker probably can't get anyone else. So hey, gotta get Harley. I'm sorry, the show put me in that mindset that's why Joker keeps trying to call her back. The sex is too good. So yeah, I view this childish humor, kind of the vulgar humor, the violence, I view it as this is how Harley sees shit. This is how Harley sees in her mind. This is her psychotic psyche that she views people this way. She views Batman as this tight ass superhero, and she views Commissioner Gordon as a drunk. She views Joker as a hottie and everything. She views people in her way of what she thinks, because at this point they're out of character, which makes sense if Harley is seeing this in her perspective, in her way, as how she views people, which makes sense, and I like to take it like that. I like to view it as that, as Harley sees it as how she views people, and I love that. And now Harley has her iconic look that I love of her, is the battered makeup that is like not complete. Like, it's not the typical one she had in the animated series. It's that cool look she has of her where she is white face makeup and colory, and she doesn't need the short shorts as much, like the tight shorts and everything. She can wear that cool like gothic like a corset and skirt she had in the Arkham games, which I found cool. Or, you know, she could have that, or she could be the one from Suicide Squad. I know, but she was cool in that too. She can be who she is in that show right now with that iconic look that she came to her own as a person. Like, I don't need the Joker. Like, that personality I love about her. The girl that doesn't need Joker. The girl that wants to hold out on her own and be her own woman, you know? Be her own psychotic lady she is. And that's what I love about her. And I hope for the best that I get to see the hyenas in this show, because believe me, that girl ain't nothing without her little cute pet hyenas, because I love her with her hyenas. She's so adorable with them. Like that scene where Harley's like riding in the street with rollerblades and she's taking her hyenas for a walk. I love that scene. I can't wait for Birds of Prey, because she has her hyena and that gets me excited. So the show is good for its first episode. We don't know how it's going to be at this point. What's going to happen next? I hope it gets better with time. It's its first episode, so I can let them slide on it, because first episodes are usually don't leave the impression for what the show's going to be. It's usually the second or third or fourth episode that will make it come together, because usually the first episode is trying to hook you in, but you're like, meh, I don't like it at first. And then you would try to watch it for its second episode and you're like, you know what? I'm starting to like it a bit better, because sometimes that happens when the first episode of its first season of a show doesn't hit, and you gotta like try and make it work and make it better. So if this show becomes like a long-lasting series, which I do hope, because I do want a Harley Quinn series, because I love Harley Quinn. I would love to see more of her. Hell, I would play a Harley Quinn video game. I always mained as Harley in those challenge fighting missions in Batman Arkham Knight, because I just love how Harley fights in that game. It's awesome. But if you ever make a game of Harley Quinn where you beat the shit out of people in the most gruesome way possible, I will fucking play it. I would fucking play that game. Like, I would love to have a beat 'em up kind of open world-ish game. Either open world or beat 'em up. Open world beat 'em up. Or just a beat 'em up, because I love beat 'em ups in general. Like an open world or just a beat 'em up game of Harley Quinn. Maybe it could be open world. Maybe you can be Harley Quinn trying to take over Gotham City, do crimes and shit. Have companions. Ooh, yes, have companions in the game. Like, have people help you. Like, mainly Poison Ivy or Catwoman. Gotham City Sirens, that shit. Oh my god, that would be so cool to have that. I mean, granted, there's a game called Lego DC Supervillains, which I haven't played, and I know that Mark Hamill's in it. So, I like to play that, actually, the more I think about it. Fuck, now I want to play it. Even though I haven't played Lego games for a long time because I find Lego games boring now, that Lego game seems more interesting to me because it's about the villains. Shit! I don't know. So, this Harley show is probably our little appetizer before we get to see our main entree, which is Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey. So, crossing fingers for Birds of Prey to be good, and we hope to get Gotham City Sirens, because I really want that movie. I want that movie. I want her, Ivy, and Catwoman, my 3 girls that I love. My 3 main girls that I love in Batman. Those 3 are awesome. Let's hope so. So, all in all, first episode was hit and miss for its humor, but good with character development on Harley that I love. So, yeah, let's hope this show keeps it up with developing Harley and maybe Poison Ivy's relationship more, and maybe it could lead to somewhere, which it's very canon that Harley and Ivy do have a relationship. So, let's hope for that. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Ciao, darlings.